Welcome to our channel, Top Teners, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss a video. Managers not only develop the tactics and make the in-match decisions that shape how a team performs, they scout talent, motivate players, and develop them. While many managers achieve success, very few elevate their status to the level of being an all-time great. Let's break down the 10 men with the greatest managerial careers of all time. Number 10. Giovanni Trapattoni. Trapattoni is one of the best managers in Italian history who managed 9 different clubs and 3 national teams in his tenure. His biggest period of success was with Juventus, where he led the Old Lady to 6 titles and an Intercontinental Cup over a 10-year span. He added another Serie A and UEFA Cup title with Inter Milan and the Bundesliga crown with Bayern Munich. He also won domestic crowns with Benfica and Red Bull Salzburg, making him another of the 5 managers with 4 different domestic titles. He is also the second manager with La Tech to win all 3 of Europe's major club competitions. Number 9. Helenio Herrera. The pioneer of managerial mind games in soccer, Herrera was notorious for convincing his players they could do anything and getting in the heads of opponents. He was also one of the first to recognize that crowd support could influence matches. He managed 13 different clubs and 2 national teams in his career, winning 16 major trophies. Herrera led Atletico Madrid to a pair of La Liga titles, and then did the same with Barcelona, adding a pair of Copa del Rey crowns. At Inter Milan, he won 3 Serie A titles, consecutive European Cups, and consecutive Intercontinental Cups. Number 8. Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti was an assistant for the Italian national team, finishing runner-up at World Cup '94. He has managed 10 different clubs in 27 years, including a current second stint at Real Madrid. He is another of the 5 managers with domestic titles in 4 different nations and Champions League success at 2 clubs, and the only manager to have won a league title in 4 of Europe's 5 biggest leagues. Ancelotti achieved his greatest success with AC Milan, leading them to 3 Champions League finals in 5 years, winning in 2003 and 2007. This success was followed by league titles with Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, and Bayern Munich, while also leading Real Madrid to the 2014 Champions League crown. Number 7. Bob Paisley. Paisley was on Shankly's staff for 14 years before moving into the managerial role following his mentor's retirement. In 9 years in charge at Anfield, he built on Shankly's strong foundation and won 19 trophies. This included 6 league crowns, 3 league cups, and 5 charity shields. It was his European success that made Paisley a legend, as he became the first of 3 managers ever to win 3 European Cups. Number 6. Arrigo Sacchi. Sacchi managed 7 clubs and the Italian national team in his career, but it was at Milan that he established his greatness. He introduced a style of fluid football to a league that was heavily defensive. His style later influenced Pep Guardiola. In 4 years with the Rossoneri, he led them to 2 titles. However, he won the European Cup, European Super Cup, and Intercontinental Cup in both the 1988-89 and 1989-90 seasons. It is one of the most dominant 2-year runs in the history of UEFA, and it made him the last manager to win consecutive trophies in the competition. Sacchi rounded out his greatness by leading the Italian national team to the finals of the 1994 World Cup, where they lost to Brazil on penalties. Number 5. Johan Cruyff. One of the greatest players in the history of the sport, Cruyff was also one of the best managers. He led Ajax to a European Cup and 2 KNVB Cups, but it was at Barcelona that he truly became a legend. After overhauling the club from the ground up, including the youth academy, he built the dream team that dominated Europe in the early 1990s. He won 4 consecutive La Liga crowns, along with the Copa del Rey and 3 Spanish Super Cups. He also won the 1992 European Cup and the European Super Cup. He led them to the 1994 Champions League final, but a historic 4-0 upset by Milan marked the beginning of the end of his run. Number 4. Ernst Happel. Happel was the first manager to win European Cups with multiple clubs. He was one of the first managers to employ a three-man midfield, which became an inspiration for the total football movement. Happel managed 9 domestic clubs and 2 national teams and is the only manager to take 3 different clubs to the Champions League final. He would win 8 domestic titles, 6 domestic cups, and 3 continental trophies in his career, finishing runner-up in 2 others. He also led the Dutch national team to a runner-up finish at the 1978 World Cup. Number 3, Pep Guardiola. The best active manager in the world, Pep was a club player at Barcelona, part of Cruyff's dream team, and he became senior manager in 2008. In just 4 seasons, his ticky-tacky style led the club to 3 league titles and a pair of Champions League crowns. He also won 2 UEFA Super Cups and 2 FIFA Club World Cups. He had further domestic success at Bayern Munich, winning the Bundesliga in each of his 3 seasons and adding another FIFA Club World Cup and a UEFA Super Cup. However, Champions League success continues to elude him, with a loss in last year's final being the closest he has come to repeating his European success at Barcelona. Number 2, Rinus Michels, the architect of the total football. Michels saw success at both domestic and international levels. He won 4 Dutch league titles, 3 KNVB Cups, and the 1971 European Cup with Ajax 2 years after losing in the final. At Barcelona, he added a La Liga crown and a Copa del Rey before leading FC Köln to a DFB Pokal trophy a few years later. At the international level, Michels' style became world-renowned as he turned the Dutch national team into a machine. He led them to a runner-up finish in the 1974 World Cup. He was named the UEFA Coach of the Century and is considered the most influential manager in history. Number 1, Sir Alex Ferguson. The winner of 49 trophies in his illustrious career, more than any manager in history, Fergie won his first trophy as the manager of St Mirren in the Scottish First Division. He then moved to Aberdeen, where he took the Scottish Premier Club to 3 league crowns and 4 domestic cups. It was through leading them to a stunning European Cup victory in 1983, followed by a European Super Cup victory, that he truly began his rise. Ferguson was hired to Manchester United in 1986, and after a few tumultuous seasons was on the verge of being sacked. He salvaged his job with an FA Cup title in 1990, the first of 5 times he won the competition. He returned United to their former glory as one of the biggest clubs in the world. Ferguson was knighted for the achievement and in 2013 would retire after winning his record 13th Premier League crown. Hey, don't forget to like the video and let us know what you think of the video in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe and ring that bell icon to be notified about our latest videos.